Hi, friends. Greetings to you all. Great to see you through this video clip. I thought of sharing today something about faith in action. As I have been reading the Hebrews for the last days, the book of Hebrews, and when I came to the book, chapter 11, as you all know, that there is a list of men and women of God whom we call them giants of faith. Their faith was amazing and extraordinary. It talks about all the men and their faith and what they have done for the Lord. You know, so in order to gain something, they all have lost something in lives. It's not like today's some of our preachers or speakers or prosperity speakers talk about faith and grace. These men of God, all they had in their mind was God, pleasing God, obeying God. One such example, the beginning of this chapter, 11, chapter 4, it talks about Abel and Cain. It was by faith that Abel brought a more acceptable offering to God than Cain did. Abel's offering gave evidence that he was a righteous man, and God showed his approval of his gifts. It was by faith. It's a faith that drives him to do something for God. Faith always should work with some action. And it says that's when he gave more acceptable offering to God than Cain did. When you go back, what Cain did and what Abel did, it's amazing. It says, in the chapter Genesis chapter 4, words, you can read that, verse 1 to following, but I would like to read 3 and 4. When it was a time for harvest, Cain presented some of his crops as a gift to the Lord. Abel also brought a gift, the best of the firstborn lambs. you know and Cain gives some of his gifts, as many of us do. We call it like, tithe is 10% of, whatever it is, and some of the gifts. But Abel, gave the firstborn of the lambs, or the best. That's where, God is pleased in his offering. It says that, like Abel brought a more acceptable. God deserves best in our lives. And that is not just by words. Sometimes we articulate so much, about faith, and, sometimes we make the faith an abstract thing. Faith is not abstract, it's an action. It has to be practiced. And here you see, Abel's offering gave evidence that he was a righteous man. Why he was called a righteous man, why he was called a man of faith? Because of his action. It's very important, when we talk, when we practice a Christian life. People read us, our lives, much more than what we speak or share. Sometimes our statements and our codes and our programs are well designed and articulated, and it's not, it's just, it can only give some emotional hype. But our lives should be a, book that everybody can read, openly, and see our lives. Here, they both are going to the, to the presence of God to offer. It's amazing. Cain is going with his, gifts, and Abel is going. Both are going to the presence of God. Both are going to the house of God. Maybe both are going to the church of God. But, and they both had the opportunity to give the best to God. But one limited because of his, his priority, and the other one put God first and gave the best to God, so God accepted. It's very important. Our faith should be evident. That's what Abel's offering gave evidence that he was a righteous man. Whatever we do to the Lord or to the people, to anybody else, can be counted, can be seen, can give a credit. So that's why that credited him as a righteous man, and that also made him one of the person among the giants of faith. Today I want to tell you that whenever we go to the presence of God or anywhere else, let our actions speaks louder than our words. May God bless us through this word. Thank you so much.